Alright, and welcome back. We'll give it another try here. New shelving. Yeah, so these are like cubes that I've actually had these for a while. It's two L-shaped things that are just stacked on each other. But I haven't done anything with them for a while. So I noticed that they fit on this library thing pretty well. So maybe I'll fill them up with something. We'll see. The thing is, they're kind of small. So, like, the kind of stuff I would want to put on display, like, won't really fit into them very easily. So, I don't know. Sparrow says, sorry to see it's locked up, Frownie. Can't catch your break lately. I really can't. I have the most trouble. I have the most trouble of anyone ever with the C64, I think. I can't help but feel partially responsible at times, Sparrow says. Sparrow, if it weren't for you, my friend, we would never play C64 games at all. So if there's anything you should feel responsible for, it's only the good times. He does pretty well to get them running as well as he does. Well, the thing is, it should run so much more smoothly than it does. I don't think I deserve credit for the things that work so much as I deserve only blame for the things that don't. Oh, and about these, someone commented on them. These are library shelves. I didn't actually get them from a library. My sister bought these um, for me. She bought them for me and Jelly, but I'm the one that uses them. And they're very cool, and I keep my NES games in them. This is look at that label. This is this is what happens when you keep your NES games in a library shelf. Don't do it. This is my copy of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. But no, they're the perfect. They're the perfect size for NES games. It's actually like it's kind of a shame because like they're not like out where I can see them, but I don't know. I had put something in there. And I have them all digitally inventoried. So if I ever need to like peruse the shelf, I can peruse the digital shelf. Video games were a mistake. I don't understand why this is happening. Just so you know, the video is only dying in the capture. It's working fine. Nope, it's working fine on the TV. It's only the capture that's dying. It doesn't die like this when I use the Switch. Oh, I bought the wrong car. Can I restart? Hopefully run stop works for this game. Nope. Does reset work? Nope. Alright, we'll exit and retry. Hey Zolda, welcome in. We're doing C64, which means we're mostly troubleshooting and occasionally playing 3 or 4 minutes of a game. I hope you are well tonight. Blind, no spoilers, troubleshooting. Yeah. To be fair, it's mostly worked tonight. It's only recently started to fall apart. I'm being a little overly dramatic. One thing I'm at least partially sure of, if this were real hardware, you probably have a different set of issues, probably. I mean, Sparrow, this is my stream we're talking about. There's always going to be technical issues. We did Popeye earlier tonight. We've only done 2 games tonight. We've done this one for several hours. It's only started to have, well, not several, but a couple hours. And it's only started to have trouble here very recently. We can technically carry more traps, but I don't think we need to. I think we should just save the money. I think 4 is enough. It doesn't make sense to get all 6 traps because we'd have to go back to the Ghostbusters headquarters anyway, because our packs will run out of energy before we'll fill up all the traps. And you have to get your packs recharged every so often, so might as well save that extra 1,000 for our next run. I mean, if I was super efficient at catching the ghosts, we'd be okay. So Popeye loops. Popeye has 3 boards, so I say if you clear all 3 boards, you've won the game. But it loops indefinitely. At least I think it loops forever. Kind of like Donkey Kong. It loops until the game crashes. Which, if it's me playing it, that's like 11 minutes. I need to try Hard Hat Mac. I'll try and keep an eye out for it. I was talking about this earlier before you came in, Sparrow. I have a whole bunch of Commodore games in a file type that's .nib, which the C64 can't read. But there exists a program to convert .nib to .g64. I have that program, but I can't get it to work on Linux. I was trying to run it with Wine, and it won't run. Like, what I need to be able to do is to drag and drop my .nib files onto the exe that is the converter, but I can't drag and drop a file onto a Windows executable in Linux. But I'm thinking if I put it, I'm thinking like Sonata number 8 was here and gave me some suggestions. But I'm also thinking if I could just put everything on if I can just put everything on a flash drive, I can maybe just take it all to the library where they have Windows on the computer and just try and do my conversions there. That might just be the easiest thing to do. I mean, I could just go online and poke around and find alternate copies that are already in a usable format. Like, I know that's a possibility, but I've had really good luck with the particular set I have is a collection that doesn't have intros, that doesn't have cracker intros and stuff like that on them. So, and I've had a lot of success with these copies running and being good, so. That's why I'm more inclined to stick with them. Yeah, that's why I'm going through the trouble of using these instead of poking around for alternatives. Yeah, they're, yeah, I knew that they were supposed to be like a disk image file. It's weird to me that the Mini can't just read them, though. Like, that seems like a file type that the Mini should be able to handle. But I don't know. I don't know what's happening inside of this little thing. It's a Linux machine running a bespoke version of Vice. Showed up too early. At some point, I might have to have you teach me again how to load a double-sided file too. Because I got some games that are in 2 parts, but I don't remember how to load them. Oh, I was also thinking about the joyport switching feature and how I wasn't able to get that to work. And I wonder if it's because I'm using button configuration files. Because, like, the thing is, because I have the configuration file telling the game to look for specific buttons on a controller in a specific port. If I were to change what port the game thought the controller is, then none of the buttons would work because they'd all be in the controller in the other port. I wonder if having my thought is that maybe having a button configuration file disables that option. I'm actually fine without it, though, myself. I think that, you know... It's simpler. It's simpler to just have a copy of the game designed to anticipate either port being the default. Part of the reason I was having some trouble, though, I think, is because if you title your file with an underscore J1, it's supposed to, or underscore J2, it's supposed to force a particular joystick port, regardless of what's default for the game. And I had some set up like that with the intent of forcing joyport 1. But the thing is, I think that in your title, the J is supposed to be capitalized, and none of mine were. So I think my lowercase j means that none of my attempts were working. I think that's the case. I might be wrong. I saw a forum post where someone was explaining how to do that. And in their examples, they used capital letters. And I was like, oh, I've been using lowercase. this whole time. It's just a guess, but I know that like file names and stuff are case sensitive in stuff on the C64. Because if you have a controller configuration file that isn't capitalized, but your game file is, that it won't recognize them as connected. They have to match exactly. Someone should have told this ghost the worst building in town that you could possibly haunt is the one directly across from the Ghostbusters headquarters. I've got quite a few of them. I might send them to you if you would be willing to do the converting for me, Sparrow. But, I'm gonna take a stab at it myself because I'd like to be self-sufficient. But if it comes to that, if you'd be willing to do it, I may ask you to do that for me. Well, I have wine, Sparrow. It's not working for me right now. My version of wine might be about my version of wine might be out of date or something, though. In need of an upgrade, so I'll look into that too. I was wrong. I was wrong to not buy those extra traps. It's costing me precious time. Supposedly that hairy thing on the hood of our car is the ghost vacuum, but when you actually vacuum the ghosts, they go into the thing on the roof of our car, which is not where the vacuum is, so I don't know what's happening. $2,000. Fighting the Marshmallow Man is the most profitable thing you can do in this game. I don't, Sparrow. I don't know my way around the commands. Ah. There's a marshmallow attack about to happen. It told me I had an empty trap, but it lied. Why worry? Each of us is wearing an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back. Welcome in, Yaden. Very happy to have you here tonight. I hope you're doing well. We're doing all right. I'm having, as usual, I'm having a few technical difficulties, but spirits are still mostly high. We're making a lot of money in this game. $22 grand. We're gonna be able to afford that high performance car in no time. At least on the next attempt, we should be able to get that portable containment unit. Oh, here we go. Sneak past the Marshmallow Man and close the portal. The timing on this is impossible. Ghostbusters. Thank you, Sparrow. No! You have to get 2 Ghostbusters past the Marshmallow Man, and you only get 3 tries. Alright, but we got a new account number. You see, I'm slightly torn because I do want to play some other things, and I mean, we've got a lot of time yet tonight. But also, I want to beat this. And I think we can do it. So I'm thinking that we could get that portable containment unit, but I think that we instead, I think I actually just want to go ahead and get the high performance car. It's pink. It only holds 2 traps. I made a bad choice. We'll live with it. It's tricked out. The front of it kind of looks like a face. It's not even looking directly at me, and I can sense a face. They tend to look like baker stands. Lovely vintage cabinetry, castles, basically anything but a car on most platforms. Oh no, I have no empty traps. So we're gonna have to go back to the headquarters all the time now. But at least we'll get there quickly, right? Like, that's the idea of the high performance car. Yeah, this is the most expensive car, and it's the most expensive by far. It's more than double the cost of the option immediately before it. I like that the car, no matter which one you choose, becomes a hatchback once you step out of it. They do have they do have different models. It's not just recolored. The one on the side there. They have all been shaped slightly differently on the screen. Oh, I got lucky.
Ghostbusters!
Oh no, 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 no.
Ghostbusters!
It may have just been a dream or a hallucination that I had, but I feel like I saw an advertisement for for DeLoreans the other day. Like some company is bringing back the DeLorean. But in the ad, like, the weird thing about it is that they were all painted, and I thought one of the defining features of the DeLorean was that it was like a stainless steel body. I don't know a lot about cars, but I mean, what? It's gotta have that. It's gotta have that metal body. I mean, yeah, all cars are metal, but it just doesn't look. It just doesn't. Two features: stainless steel and absolute trash that falls apart. I don't know. Without the stainless steel, I'm.
Ghostbusters!
There's a lot of new old stock that's been floating around for the DeLorean for decades now. Sounds like they're cobbling together old stock into the new cars. Maybe fixing up the old chassis, which would require painting if they're all dinged up. I don't know, it's just like, just seems to me like if McDonald's like canceled the Big Mac and then like a decade later they're like, we're bringing it back. That's right, the classic sandwich you love, 2 all-fish patties. And it's like, what? It's like, what, you took like one of the defining features of the thing away. How is this a comeback? I've seen them in stark black and it looks mean. You have to have the stainless steel finish. Isn't that how all revivals work though? Destined to disappoint. Fish patties, call it the McMandela. I drove all around town looking for a house with a ghost in it, and I needed to go back to my headquarters, so that was nothing but a wasted time. Excuse me, it was a pretty dubious move, selecting this car. Down here where I can catch you.
Ghostbusters!
Is it the same as the NES Ghostbusters where they have Zool as the final boss instead of Gozer? I can't really say, Yaden. I'm not really familiar with the end game in this. There are a lot of little changes all throughout though, so I would expect the end is gonna look fairly different from the NES game. But in exactly which way, I can't say. They use the name of Zool for the big bad throughout, it would seem. I didn't know it was a C64 Ghostbusters. Yeah, this is one of my like my earliest video games from childhood. Maybe even the first game I ever played. I like it better than the NES version. It's really close, but it's a little better in a lot of small ways, I think. I find the driving section to be less annoying. The thing is, the driving section, there's actually less to do. So, like... because there's nothing to dodge, the driving sections are kind of just a time waster. But the driving section, even though there's more to do in the NES version, it's so obnoxious that having nothing to do is better. The the store is less fleshed out. I don't know. The NES version seems like it should be the superior version, but on paper, but it could be my nostalgia talking too. I keep meaning I need to try and change the video settings in the Mini, because the picture is squished in from the sides in the capture. I need to fix that, but I can only do it in between games. Hey, Cheeky Tengu, welcome in. Great to have you with us. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Don't think I have any traps. I do have a trap. Good thing I wasted all that time driving around. C64 takes me back. Ghostbusters, so nostalgic. Did I miss a run of Aztec Challenge? I've never played Aztec Challenge. That's not one I know. I could take a look for it for a future C64 night, though. I'm usually open to suggestions for C64 games to try out, but I don't look them up on the fly during the stream.
He slimed me.
But I tend to invite people to give me suggestions, but there are the caveats that if you suggest a game to me, it's not 100% guaranteed I'll play it, and if I do play it, it could end up being on a night or time when you're not here. So I do ask that people keep that in mind and be okay with those two things being possibilities. But the C64 is very nostalgic for me too. It's the first video games I ever played were all C64 games. We had Ghostbusters, Donkey Kong, Congo Bongo, Jungle Hunt, Dino Eggs, Summer Games, Gyruss. Those are some of the ones I remember.
He slimed me.
Thank you for the follow, Cheeky. Pleasure to have you come on board with us. We had this weird alien game. I don't remember what it was called. It was a very simple game where all you did was scroll. It was like first-person view, like I think inside of a spaceship. Basically, you just scrolled a crosshair to the left and right and fired at a constantly raining down stream of aliens. I don't remember what the game was called. I think my parents copied the code for it out of a magazine. Like they manually typed it up themselves.
He slimed me.
Oh, I'm doing poorly. I just had to spend all my money on this fancy car, and it's causing me nothing but trouble. Aztec Challenge, Gateway to Apshi, Jumpman, Drop Zone, and Faggot Man or some of my faves. I think I've tried Drop Zone. I had a little bit of trouble with it. I think I was running a PAL version in NTSC mode. It was going super fast. It made it difficult to play. Jumpman, I'm pretty familiar with Jumpman Jr., which I think all the Jumpman games are more or less the same. The others I don't think I've heard of or checked out yet. There's so many games on the C64. There's so many games. It seems like every time I talk about the C64 with someone, like everybody I talk to has like almost a completely different like list of like games that they remember fondly.
Ghostbusters!
Hey, Game and Fit, welcome in. Always great to have you here. Twitch isn't notifying me when my favorite streamer goes live. That's unacceptable. That's very kind of you to say, Game and Fit. Thank you for that, my friend. I'm sorry the notification went wonky. I heard the Discord notification didn't go out promptly either, so I don't know what. Notifications just seem to be not working properly, like, across the whole internet at the moment. No! This is gonna be the first game that, finishes with less money than we started. I cannot describe how much of a mistake this car was. I know, right? So many games. So many. That's the one thing I really love about the C64. So many different games that mean something to people. Now it's not a spoiler when I say the sports car is trash, Conga says. I mean, it wouldn't be trash if I had the portable trap, or the portable containment unit. If I had that, a sports car would be just fine. But yeah. You're not wrong, it's trash. It's definitely the car's fault that I didn't buy the equipment I need. A lot of sports cars come with spoilers. Disco Bear, welcome in. Nicely done. I like that observation. No. I've seen this game be beaten, but I've never beaten it. I always thought that My father and I had beaten it when I was a kid, but I think I may have a false memory there.
Ghostbusters!
I thought we had beaten it because I remembered struggling with, and I thought I remembered getting past the Marshmallow Man. But I also thought we'd beaten it because we had a name and password for a whole lot of money. Which I thought was only possible if you'd beaten it. But maybe we just slowly worked our way up, like I seem to be doing tonight. I have the Ghostbusters game on the Switch, Game and Fit. I actually bought that. I've never played it. I heard it's pretty fun and like if you're a fan of the movie kind of way. Oh, let me see. Let me check something out real quick. I'm actually going to back out of this game for a moment. I want to look at that video setting that I was just talking about. Yes, I had that in pixel perfect mode, and I think that is making everything the wrong shape. Let's see what it looks like now. Might look the same. That's looking pretty the same. Maybe slightly better. It's Ghostbusters game on Switch. Yeah, it's the one that came out on the like the 360 PlayStation 3. It's the one from back then. Since Zool is the gatekeeper, and the gatekeeper arrived at itself, yeah. The lore is a mess. Like all sports cars, they cost a fortune, leaving you feeling disappointed, and you end up with less than what you started with. The sports car is definitely for the Ghostbuster having a midlife crisis, Conga says, or would it be an afterlife crisis? All right, so now I think if I buy the portable containment unit, I only need to buy one trap. I think it's how that works. Now, we lose a lot of money, but in theory, we save a lot of time as long as I don't keep getting smashed by the ghosts. I did not make the screen unsquished. I may have actually made it worse. I'm sorry, it's so narrow. I don't know what's going on. Oh, actually, hang on a moment. I still might be able to fix this. What if I change the resolution here? No, what if I... Nope. I don't know. Cool, I broke the capture. That's what I get for messing with it. Alright, that gets us our microphone back. That should get us our audio back. Yeah, okay, I think it's fixed. Perfect. Just saw Ghostbusters Afterlife a couple hours ago. It's really good, Cheeky says. Right on. I haven't seen it myself. Most of the people I've heard talk about it have said that they liked it. Backpack power at 4%. Alright, so we are still gonna have to go back here because of our backpack power. So, I don't know. I don't know if this $8 grand was worth it. I think I may have just bamboozled myself once again. How odd is it that I'm
Ghostbusters!
like, look at what I'm doing in this game. I'm putting myself in a bad situation because I'm spending huge chunks of money on like top of the line equipment that actually makes me a whole lot less efficient than if I were just struggling by with the inconvenient and cheaper technology. And like but the thing is, it's ironic that that would be my problem. When look at how I run the stream. All my stream is struggling by with completely inefficient technology.
Ghostbusters!
And if I just applied the logic of the stream to the video game, I would be so much more successful. I'm telling you, it's an economic simulator, Conga says. I think I believe I remember you answering that when I jokingly asked what genre this game was. Turns out that response was not a joke. It's a business management sim with ghosts. Gotta admit, I'm happy with the Pixel Remaster bundle, Game and Fit says. Right on. I saw you, I actually read that comment, I just didn't read it out loud, where you said you didn't know whether you're gonna pick out Tears of the Kingdom at release now, so I'm glad that you're happy with this one. To, you know, to tide you over until you pick that one up.
He slimed me!
I don't know if I can't really decide whether my experience of Tears of the Kingdom would be made better or worse by a replay of Breath of the Wild leading up to it. I haven't played Breath of the Wild in a very long time. And so, like, I don't know if I were to replay it now in anticipation of Tears of the Kingdom, I don't know if I just don't know. I don't know if that would enhance my experience or if it would burn me out on that game and its world and diminish my experience. Also, the thing is, in order to do it, I would have to do it on stream, and that would eat up a lot of time that I want to devote to other games, so... Yeah, I'm thinking about not doing it. I think I'll just wait. But that's not to say it hasn't been on my mind. Even as a kid, it bothered me that the houses are so much bigger than the people. Just look at them next to the doors. So many of the houses look like the Ghostbusters, like, firehouse. They had just those giant arch doors, like, for driving the car in and out. But yeah, even the regular doors, the quote-unquote regular doors, are super gigantic.
Ghostbusters!
The handles over their head. Or doorknob, rather. I never really got very good at the combat in Breath of the Wild. For as simple as the combat is overall, and how many, like, tens, if not hundreds of hours I spent in that game, I never became, like, very good at the combat. Hey Frown, hey Game and Fit. That ghost was actually trapped in my laser beam. I haven't seen that happen all night. Gonna link you a video of some combat. You don't consider it spoilers? I don't know. If it's something I never learned to do, and it's something that's possible in Tears of the Kingdom, it could be spoilers for that game. I'll have to think about whether I'll have to think very, very hard about whether or not to actually check it out.
He slimed me!
Give me them Ghostbusters beats, Persephone says. You better like the song if we're playing this game, because it's all there is. Yeah, sorry to sorry, I hate to kind of squash something that you're enthusiastic about, but as just looking forward to the next game, it's important that I remain like maximum boneheaded, right? When I'm scrolling my,
He slimed me.
when I'm scrolling through my YouTube feed, I have to be very careful, like, any thumbnail that's for related to Tears of the Kingdom, I have to right click and tell it not interested or don't recommend channel, like, right away. He's never gonna come over there.
He slimed me.
I have wine on Linux already, Sparrow. I do not know if it's 32 or 64. I don't even know what those mean. Like, I know that, like, you have, like, a 32 or a 64 Windows or whatever, but I've never known what those two numbers refer to. Sorry, Nintendo, you're too spoily for me. Blocked, basically. So Linux Lite has a thing that lets you, like, fish for programs. You don't actually have to use the command line. There's like a little program that you open up and you can just sort of search for programs and it will pull them from somewhere. I don't even know where it gets them from.
Ghostbusters.
I'm putting something together for you. Well, thank you, Sparrow. Hopefully it's not gonna all be in vain. Yeah, it gets them for, well, it must get them from some sort of repository. I didn't ask a lot of questions. I figure I wouldn't understand the answers anyway, so why bother asking the questions? Why in vain? Because I just hope that whatever you put together for me, I'm actually smart enough to figure out how to use.
He slimed me.
I think I have to. Nope, I don't have to go back to the headquarters, but we're heading back there anyway. They're in a they're still in a folder in my downloads folder. They're in a folder in a folder in the downloads folder. It's gotta be a more, like...
Ghostbusters.
I'm sure there's a more efficient way of catching ghosts than my approach. gonna make a video recording, it might be easier that way. I feel like so much trouble now.
Ghostbusters!
I don't think we're gonna get another shot at the Marshmallow Man on this run. I think my investments were poor.
Ghostbusters!
I mean, we get this Marshmallow Man, but that's not what I was actually referring to. I missed. Twice.
He slimed me!
No. It's over, my friends. We're actually really close to having broken even. If we can get and stop one more marshmallow attack, we might actually could
Ghostbusters!
come out profitable. Quick. No. Yeah, that was as close as we could have been. Alright, I think I'm gonna make one more. Look at how close we are to starting balance. I'm gonna make one more attempt at this. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it one more time tonight, and then we're gonna move on to another game. So if I don't pull it off this time, which, you know, I'm not super likely to. Then we'll try it again another night. still think it's a good move to go with the station wagon. And even if it's not, I don't care. I like it because it's blue. We'll go with 4 traps. I think 3 would probably be good. But I mean, anything's better than that. Portable containment unit. The AVGN episode on this game was hilarious. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. It's been a long time though. Come down here, Ghost. What are you doing?
Ghostbusters!
Forget what I said earlier. I got Tears of the Kingdom. I can't help myself. Give me the game. And I got Advance Wars 1 and 2 while I was at it. Oh my goodness. You've done a complete reversal, Game and Fit. You went from I'm not getting any games to I'm buying all the games. Exactly. I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna pick up Tears of the Kingdom, but I don't think I'll be picking up anything else for a while. I did just buy a rather expensive game somewhat recently. I found a pretty decent deal on a pretty pricey game. I'm not gonna say what it is because we're gonna play it on the stream, so I'll just hold off. It'll be a little, it'll be kind of a surprise. But it cost me a little bit. This is the most I've spent on a game. Maybe ever. What is it with the purple building? I'm not sure. The buildings that turn purple instead of red, I think that's what you're getting at. I think they're buildings that are about to have a ghost, but don't quite have one yet. Sometimes, like, I'm tempted, like, I try and drive to them every now and then. If I don't see any red buildings, that I figure, well, I'll try and drive to the purple one, and maybe it will have a ghost by the time I get there. I've only tried that a couple times, but that strategy hasn't really worked out for me yet, so... You'll probably find Cheeky if you spend a lot of time with us. You'll probably see fairly quickly that I frequently don't understand the mechanics of games I play. I have a very stubborn blind policy on the stream where like I tried never to do any research or receive any information about what I'm playing and try to figure out everything just from playing the game. Like I don't even I don't read the manuals, I don't read the backs of boxes, I avoid all useful information, and so there's a lot of times where I'll go pretty far into a game without even figuring out some very basic stuff about it. By all means, you're welcome to you're welcome to ask about anything in the game, but just a heads up, a lot of my answers are pretty useless. It just makes the game more fun. Yeah, I like the it's a combination of like I really like discovering things in an organic way, and I take a ridiculous amount of pride in when I don't know, like, you know, what is quote unquote the right way to do something in a game, and I like find some alternative bogus strategy that happens to work. I take a lot of pride in those moments. I probably shouldn't, but I do. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, because it means like there could be some really bad times on the stream where it takes me a horrifically long time to make progress because I just don't understand what I'm doing at all. But the breakthrough moments are so exciting that I like to think they make them worth it. Uh-oh. I have like a dream of being I have a dream someday of like being the guy that people tell stories about. They'd be like, Could you believe Agent Frownie played all the way through Super Mario Brothers and he never figured out there's a run button? He seriously walked the entire game and the run button is right there. I don't know what the equivalent of that would be, because obviously I've played Mario Brothers, but that's my dream, is for some version of that story to come true. I feel like my Dark Souls playthrough came close to that, but it could have, I could have figured less stuff out. I played the whole game without blocking. Gee whiz. I mean, it almost became that with the egghead situation, because I almost made it through the whole game without ever figuring out what the thing with the egg was. Your no spoiler policy is rubbed off on me, Frownie, and I couldn't be happier, Gaming Fit says. I love to hear it.
He slimed me.
The video's recorded. I apologize for excessive clearing of my throat. I just have to figure out a way to get it to you. I mean, you could, it just depends on how large the file is. You could maybe drop it to me through Discord, or if you could put it as an unlisted video on your YouTube channel and give me a link. Might be a way to do it. No, I'm doing real bad.
He slimed me.
Maybe unlisted's the way to go. Right on. Time for dinner, folks. Might jump on later if you're still streaming. Right on, Cheeky. It's been a pleasure having you here. I hope we get to see you again. Have a wonderful dinner. If you have a specific interest in Commodore 64, I'll let you know. I play C64 games about once every other week. We mostly do retro stuff here. I do newer things on the Switch as well. It's usually retro though, and C64 is about once every other week. Usually on Mondays or Fridays, my time. But yeah, have a great dinner. Thank you for the good luck wishes. I just cannot catch ghosts for the world today. What is wrong? They run away or I get smashed. Nothing is going my way. This is a bad attempt. And we're almost halfway out of our time. The game heard that this was going to be my last attempt, and now it's just bullying and mocking me. There's no way that that ghost avoided my trap. There's no way. That was not right. I cannot think of the last time a game came even close to disrespecting me that much. Marshmallow alert. It's like a bad weather warning. Tomorrow's going to be mostly cloudy, chance of marshmallows in the afternoon. I guess there's a children's book about that, right?
Ghostbusters!
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. I know. Imagine if all tradesmen yelled out their profession when they finished their job. Lawn mowers. I like it. Raining meatballs has to be a vegan's worst nightmare. I mean, I'm pretty carnivorous, and I would be afraid of if it were raining meatballs from the sky. Cloudy with a chance of tofu. I am getting repeatedly robbed by this game. Ghost disappearing as soon as I arrive. Ghost dodging the trap with bullet time. I just want to scream.
Ghostbusters!
Robbed again. The game ended early. The meter wasn't even high enough. Alright, we're done with Ghostbusters for tonight, my friends. I really want to beat this game, and we'll play it again. But it's, that was horrific, the way it just treated me. This whole time, I'm super upset. Let me go looking around for our next game. think we'll play something. We'll play it for not quite as long, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. Another one of my childhood games that I haven't really revisited. We played it on the 2600. Like a very long time ago. It's Gyruss. Oh, cool. I was not ready. I don't know a whole lot of shooters, but this is one that I played a bit as a kid. I don't recall ever being super good at it. But I recalled liking the concept and the music. Played this one, but as a mini game in another game. Hey, we arrived at Neptune. I guess the objective is to make it to Earth. I don't really know the story. Bonus stage! Whoa! Wow, I'm pretty terrible at this. The enemy's projectiles look like dollar signs. There's not a whole lot of time to react to anything. No. Rip. Alright, just the first try. Surely we can improve, right? Boy, the game starts out super perilous right away, though. If the enemy's dollar signs, like, if I was able to blow those up, like, to defend myself, I would feel a lot safer. As it is, whenever they're like close to me, I just want to stay as far away from them as I can. Because if they do fire, it's going to hit me before I can even register that the projectile exists. No, I missed a whole bunch of them. I think that's the same score I got on the bonus stage last time. How is that possible? Oh yeah, see, that's a... Because they can hurt you when they're flying in and flying out. It just makes me just want to not be anywhere nearby. What that thing is, but I'm staying away from it. Cosmic light slinky. No! I was busy scratching my cheek, and an asteroid was coming at me. Bonus stage! I don't know if these enemies can blow me up or not, but I'm gonna be very upset if I get killed on the bonus stage. Ooh, we got an extra life. Probably gonna need it. 3 warps to Saturn. No! Look at that, I was right, I needed the extra life. That's terrible. Ugh. What did I tell you about the dollar signs spawning right next to you? think, you know, you think you want to fight the enemies when they're on their way in or out of the arena, but that is not true. You only want to fight them when they're as far away as they can be. Whenever they're in or out of the, coming in or out of the arena, you're just gonna bleed lives. Wonder Boy Dragon's Trap. There was a sound that was similar to it. The 1-up sound? I haven't played any Wonder Boy games. Too many dollar signs. Hey, we made it to Saturn. I'm mashing the button like crazy, but it's not fast enough. My thumb isn't fast enough. Hey, we have a raid coming in. Very nice. Kyle, welcome in. Thank you for the raid, my friend. Hello, Dino Pulse Zeta and the Manstill. Welcome into you as well. Very happy to have you here, friends. Hey Kyle, what were you doing tonight? Tell us about your stream, please. What were you doing and how did it go? My friends, if you want to give Kyle a follow, you will find an excellent stream. Very laid back and friendly streamer, lots of retro content, lots of variety nights, kind of like what we're doing now. Checking out a bunch of different things and maybe occasionally sinking your teeth into the really good or really jank selections. Super NES Roulette and then played Crazy Taxi at the end. I caught a night very like that not that long ago. Kyle was playing Tasmania on the Super NES. Got to see how terrible that game was. Kyle's amazing at Crazy Taxi, though. Not Crazy Taxi exactly. You took on Super Smash TV. Oh my goodness. How did you do in Smash TV? What did you make it? Where did you make it to? I'm trash at that game. I'm fascinated by that game, but I'm trash at that game. Pretty good. Beat a few Super NES games. Played a Steam game at the end. Alright, so a Crazy Taxi... The Mile High Taxi is like a Crazy Taxi homage, maybe we would call it. Inspired by the... Crazy Taxi inspired by the Fifth Element. That sounds wild. I wanted to like Taz so bad. The Genesis Taz games are where it's at. They're still not very good, but they're more traditional platformers. So they're much easier to like. The Taz game is almost good on the Super NES. At the second arena boss before dying, or game overing rather. I can make it up to the third stage on a really good run, but I've never seen the stage 3 boss in Super Smash TV. And I've tried it a lot of times, but I just never get any better at it. The bosses are impossible in that game. The first boss takes like 6 days and 7 nights to defeat. And then the second boss is even worse and just constantly sits on top of you, and you can't even attack him unless you have the peanut, and that's the worst weapon because it's just so many problems. It drives me crazy. I want to like it. Yes. The second boss triggered me on top of me the whole time. It's brutal. It's unacceptable. Oh. You're preaching to the choir. I have to let you know. I've been there. I've walked in those. I've walked down those roads, and they're not places. Why do we keep going back? Why do we do it to ourselves? Why don't we try this? I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to take a chance on something here. I was going to stick with Gyruss a bit longer. And we can come back to it. But since y'all have come in, and since we've been talking about it, alright, fingers crossed that I picked the right file here. This is going to take a little while to load, so we're going to have to hang out a moment. But hopefully it's going to be worth it. I found Smash TV on the C64. I've never tried to run this file though, so this patience. Let me ask kindly for your patience, my friends. It might take a while to get this going, but I think it's gonna be worth it if it will. A double raid. Sven, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Hey. We have Kyle and now Sven. Great to have you here. What were you doing? Resident Evil 2. Which version of Resident Evil 2 are you working on? The remake viewer request. How are you enjoying it? I like the Nintendo 64 Resident Evil 2 myself. That's the good luck, you'll need it, the game says. You're the next lucky contestant. Welcome in, my new friend. Thank you for the follow. Certainly appreciate you coming on board with us and hope you're having a wonderful evening. Can't remember ever playing C64, although we did have one. C64. C64 I'm super nostalgic for because it's the first way I ever played video games. But we only had a handful of them when I was a kid, so a lot of our C64 nights are me coming across new things. Congratulations on buying this superb title. Yeah, this is a tape file, so it's gonna take a little longer to load. It'll just be a couple minutes. The C64 does quick load tapes, but they still take a while. I love it, Sven says. Uh, but I'm a giant baby though, so it's terrifying. 2 on PlayStation 1 is my favorite in the series. Never got to play the 64 version. I'm the opposite. I never played the PlayStation version, but I had the Nintendo 64 one growing up, and boy, I liked that game a lot. Hey, Zergling, welcome in. Hope you're doing well and your weekend's getting off to a great start. We had one, but I was like 3 or 4. NES is my earliest memories of actually understanding video games. Does this have twin stick? If it does, Mansta, I can't use it anyway. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to play with it like a single joystick game, and but I don't know. Basically, I know as much about this game right now as you do. My entire knowledge of it is it exists. That is not smooth text scrolling there. I don't know if anyone else can read that, but I certainly can't. Sorry for all the flashing lights and awful sounds. That's the way the tape loading screens kind of always go. They're horrific to your eyes and ears. If you have any sensitivity at all to loading tapes, may not be the activity for you. That is Sparrow. That's all the money we could win. I just found out this was released on the Genesis. Vin said, picked it up and played it for the first time last week. Nice. I've got Smash TV on the Super Nintendo. Were you playing it with the 2 controllers, Sven? Hey Sarconius, welcome in. Welcome to Commodore night. We're waiting on Smash TV to load. Oh my goodness, a 3rd raid! Everybody's streams are wrapping up at the same time, and they're all coming here. We're the luckiest channel on Twitch right now. Thank you for the raid, Sarcodius. Welcome to your friends. If you have photosensitivity, this is not a great time to be tuning in. Just a heads up. The Commodore 64, we're trying to load tape files, and they're bright flashing lights, terrible noises, the whole thing. Apologies if it's more than you can handle. I'm not particularly sensitive to these things, and I have a rough time with them. But I'm very happy to have you all here, friends. Welcome in. Sark, tell us, what were you up to? Were you still working on Mystical Ninja? Has the achievement set been conquered? Welcome in, Hero of Eos. Sweet Potato Sophie, good to see you again, Sophie. Welcome in. Lord Nabnut, great to see you again as well. Is that Iker Tristan? Welcome in. Thank you for the follow, Tristan, if I may call you that. Did you get the Zelda Kingdom of Tears of the Kingdom OLED Switch? No. I'm happy with my launch day Switch, which actually isn't my launch day Switch. I got the Switch at launch, but I ended up having to replace it because my home got burglarized. So, but that was shortly after. But I'm happy with the regular model Switch. I never take it out of the dock anyway, so the OLED screen would be useless to me. Though if you're gonna pick up something themed, Breath of the Wild sequel, move mode keyboard, fire mode keyboard. Press any key to start. I hope this works. Thank you for the follow, Hero of Eos. Very much appreciate you coming on board with us. This is not friendly for my migraine-ridden self. I'm sorry about that. I play NES games, I've seen more splashing, Sark says. At this rate, we'll have a bazillion people in here gaming, it says. Hey, that'd be a fine problem to have. Hopefully I haven't missed anyone. If you've dropped in and I haven't welcomed you in properly, it's definitely not that I wanted to ignore you. I'm just not always great at keeping up with the chat. Mystic Ninja is badged. Nice. Badged to Sailor Moon fighting game as well. 2 in 1 night. Wrapped up. Hats off, Sark. You are incredible, my friend. The screen disappeared. Need the RAM back. I can't find the NE key. Still have my release day Switch. It's a little beat up from the kids, though. I picked up the red Mario one that was released a couple years ago to replace it. Right on. If I buy another Switch, I'll become a collector at that point. Alright, so I don't know how to play this game, so let's see if any of this even works. Oh. What have I done? Oh, something happened. Well, this is going poorly. I'm trying this out for the first time, so it's gonna take a moment to, it's gonna take a moment to figure out what in the world I'm doing. The F keys change these options here. I think I've got it set up that I'm going to need things in joystick too. Is this original hardware? I wish it was Hero of Eos, but not for the Commodore 64. I'm mostly a console gamer, and for retro consoles, I do original hardware almost all the time, almost exclusively. But for retro PCs and microcomputers, I don't have the time or money or skills to maintain those kinds of things. So for Commodore, we use the C64 Mini, which is basically, you know, a little emulation box, but it works for me. It kind of consoleizes the C64 for me in a way, so that I have a simple box that I don't have to maintain too much, and I can even set it up with a gamepad. If you have a C64 Mini and you don't have a gamepad for it, but you want one, I can highly recommend the Pokken Tournament Wii U gamepad. There's a Pokken Tournament Switch gamepad. It may or may not be the same thing. I've never tested that one. But the one for Wii U works for the C64 Mini. It's got a lot of buttons, and with a little bit of configuration, it can work really well. And thank you for the follow, my new friend. I'll preserve your anonymity, but I'd certainly appreciate you coming on board with us. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. I still have my original one too. It's warped, but who cares? The C64 was a thing. Let's try to just trying to catch up a little bit here. I know it sounds crazy, but I've noticed with these old games, sometimes if you watch below 360p, the flashes sync with the frame rate, and you don't see them. I never would have thought to check that out. It's 5:30 a.m. It's time for sleep. Hey, thank you for being here, Aos. Thank you again for the follow. I hope you sleep well. Have a great rest of your night and a wonderful weekend, my new friend. All right, so let's see if this works any better. All right, here we go. We're playing Smash TV. We're playing Smash TV on the C64. It is not twin stick. I might mess around with it and figure out how to do a combination of joystick and keyboard for a twin stick effect, but for now we're just gonna play like this. This is like top-down Contra. I just fire in the direction I'm walking. This is gonna be impossible. This is gonna be impossible to win. But it's gonna be fun to try. I mean, it looks and plays really well. We've got all the stuff is here. The money, the gold bars. We've got the Beyblades. I saw this. I had the spread gun a moment ago. There's some keys. And it's fairly playable. My first impressions are pretty positive regarding this. Smash TV sounds like absolute sacrilege in my household. Yeah, but Mansta, the setup I would have to do to get that working on the Mini, I wouldn't be able to do it live to get a second gamepad working as my second joystick. It might be something to consider for the future, but it's not something I'm going to be able to do on the fly. I have a hard enough time trying to figure out how to get the one gamepad working. I like the idea though. I do like the idea of being able to play this like, you know, with a sort of twin stick setup. I'm really impressed so far, Sparrow says. Yeah. Yeah, it's really kind of good. Oops. I'm not kind of good at it, but when has being good at the games I play ever been part of my thing? Genesis version had a button for locking your aim in one direction so you could move freely. Maybe this has that. There's only one button. For the C64, there's only one button. And so it's the fire button. The joysticks could never handle the thought of more than one button at a time. There might be a button on the keyboard that would toggle that for me, but I can't operate the I'm not skilled enough to operate the joystick and the keyboard. Sadly. Oh, you know what? If I knew what the controls were though, what I could do it just like the Super Nintendo. Where I could have the D-pad be the movement, and if I knew what the keyboard inputs were for the directions, I could program the keyboard keys onto these 4 buttons and then simulate the dual sticks like that. That would be a way to do it. That would make this really playable. So we'll experiment a little bit. That might be something I could do on the fly tonight, even while we're playing. So after I die, we'll go back to I'll change one of the things to the keyboard and see if I can find where the keys are on the keyboard. It might just be the arrow keys. I'll definitely try them, but the thing is with the Commodore, it's usually like the most bogus thing you can imagine. Like I would probably expect that up, down, left, and right are like 1, 2, 3, and 4 at the top of the keyboard, like, or like the F keys, because in my experience, if the Commodore programmers could think of a bogus way to do something, they did it. Yeah. All right. So let's see. F1 and F2 change these. So I'm going to keep my movement on the gamepad. Yeah, I have to do that. And then I'll see if I can find where the fire keys are before I run out of lives. Oh, I found up and down. Q is up, A is down. Well, I found 2 of them. I found 2 of them. Can we, hey Sparrow, could you type that in the chat for me? Q up, A down. You would think I'd be able to remember, but thank you. Alright, it's not Z and X. Oh, come on. It's got to be letters, right? P is right, and O is left. Oh, this is great. This is great. We're going to be playing Smash TV. O is left and P is right. Oh, this is the best. This is the best. I love this so much. A 4th raid. Welcome in, Christian Cool. Thank you for the raid. Please tell us, what were you doing tonight? It says board games. What kind of board games are you playing? Tell us all about your stream. How did it go? We'd love to hear. CJ, welcome in. I'm very lucky. I've had a ton of raids just come in. We got Kyle TX 500. We got Sven. We got Sarconius. We got Christian Cool. I'm super blessed. We had Gurisoma a little bit earlier as well, bringing all their friends by and enjoying some C64 tonight. Played some Earth, some Dominion, and some Acropolis. I'm afraid I don't actually know those games. Fun stuff tonight. Glad it sounds like a good time. Thank you for the wheel. Have to step away. No worries, Sparrow. So we're gonna. All right, I gotta turn this off for just a moment. I'm gonna rewrite my gamepad configuration file, and we will and then we'll really be playing this game. I guess before I do that, we should go ahead and spin the wheel. Forgot they made Smash TV for the NES. This is Smash TV for the C64, actually. But yeah, there is one on the NES, and on the NES, what's really cool about it is you can use 2 controllers for one player, and you use the one D-pad to move and one D-pad to fire in the different directions. You hold the controllers sideways. I really want to pick up the NES Smash TV at some point, because not only could you do that, but I actually have 2 NES Advantage controllers, and so I would be able to use both of those and have 2 sticks for the NES. It would be amazing. Alright, so the Wheel of Scorchin here contains several spicy items, ranging in severity from pretty mild to not such a fun time, and because CJ has requested it, I now have to spin the wheel and sample something. So, let's see, we've got... Hey, it's the only not spicy thing on the board. It's Warhead's Candy, my favorite. I've got the giantest bag of Warhead's candies that I've ever seen. And so we'll just pick a random flavor and enjoy it. And we got, ooh, blue raspberry. Delicious. There's a chance you win this time. Yeah, I mean, the Warhead's candy is still a moment of suffering. That's an amazing idea, Frownie. Oh, I've been looking forward to it. I just don't have the game. That's what we want right there. Alright, let me get my big head out of the way. Alright, audio's gonna be a little bit weird for a moment. Mostly muted. While I do make just a few changes to this file, so we can jump back into the game. Okay, I think my mic still works. Hey, Long, welcome in. Sorry about that. We were, I was adjusting one of my configuration files. We're playing Smash TV on the Commodore 64, and it's about to be amazing, I think. It's just gonna take a moment to get it back up and running, but I'm really excited for this. I'm doing a little bit of on-the-fly configuration editing. Okay, that's good. Hey, Juker, welcome in. Great to see you. I hope you're doing well. This does mean we've got to sit through the loading again. So, again, apologies for the bright flashing lights and somewhat dubious audio. I love the loading, Long says. All right, well, we're here for the experience, the real experience. Is there a turbo button? You mean for the loading? I don't think so, Sparrow. But the quick load is the quick load is enabled. It just doesn't make as much of a difference as you might hope. The C64 Mini will do save states. I don't ever use them. It's been suggested to me that I might be able to make a save state after a tape loads to quickly reload it, but I don't know if that actually would work in practice. It's all right. It only takes a minute or so for the loading here. Just a little patience and we'll be there. Gives us. I wasn't too confident when I saw it was a game on tape, but then I remembered most of the UK and Australia stuck with tape drives for almost the whole life of the C64. Oh, the video went out. I actually didn't do that on purpose. That might happen a time or two. All right, I'm going to step away for just a moment, my friends. I'll be right back with you. We're just going to keep this loading. All right, my friends, thank you for standing by. Pre-Law Flipper, welcome in. Thank you for coming along with the raid. Great to have you here. We're just loading up some Smash TV. This is a tape file, so it's a little slow to load, but I think it's all going to be worth it. I love it. Head protection and no tops on, Long says. 91 for C64 game. No wonder it plays well. Also, C64 did go on to be produced until '94, 9 years after the Amiga was released, which was far superior, Spiro says. We already discovered this bit slightly janky, but the game is okay. It's got to be an NTSC PAL thing. I don't know what to tell you about that, Sparrow, because the C64 Mini is set to PAL mode, because I just assume every file I come across is going to be PAL. It's set in PAL mode. If it's running them at the wrong speed, there's nothing else I can do about it. This part may actually need user intervention. The part with the scrolling text does. Whenever that play symbol in the top right is gone, that usually means it's waiting for me to press a button. Yeah, right now none of the buttons are doing anything. There's a part we didn't see last time. Yeah, the shot of the television studio. That was the part that needed. Yeah, that part needed me to hit the space bar. I did that while I was off camera, but I did end up, because I didn't see it. I'd stepped away. It did play a bit before I saw it. But this part right here there's nothing I can do about it. It's almost done though. Thank you for your patience, my friends. We're giving you the real, like, 1991 experience. At least we've got the rockin' tune to enjoy during the loading, though. Everyone who's come in with all the raids, and so many of you who are hanging out and chatting with me, and many more who are hanging out and lurking. One more time, thank you for coming by. The raiders who have come in, I definitely appreciate you checking out what we do over here. This is a pretty good summary of it. It's usually retro stuff on the stream, usually done slightly incompetently. But we try to have a chill environment, keep spirits high, and just enjoy ourselves with some really fun old games. So fingers crossed, joystick 2 and keyboard should now be the setup to give me the and press any key to start except the F keys. And actually, you can't press any key to start. Oh yeah, you can. Never mind. Oh yes, we've got it. I've got the twin stick experience. First try, here we go. We are really playing Smash TV. This is fantastic already. I love it. Is this just as difficult as the 16-bit version? I mean, I don't know yet. I gotta play it a while before I can tell, but I imagine it will be. I imagine it'll be worse. So far, I'm really enjoying it, though. No, I got too close to the bomb. This looks and plays better than the NES version, Long says. rip the NES. If that's true though, that'd be the second time tonight the Commodore has outdone the NES, because the Commodore Ghostbusters is better than the NES Ghostbusters. Uh-oh. This is great. This is fantastic. I missed out on my spread gun. It's a little tricky to walk around the mines. I gotta get away from this enemy. Oh, I'm so happy I found this. And I'm so happy that the keyboard, the gamepad works. Boy. This was the way to go. C64 Ghostbusters is one of my favorite games, long as this. You and Conga both. My mod Conga loves Ghostbusters C64. I love it for nostalgic reasons, but I remain of the opinion that the game is at least somewhat bogus. I'm playing real bad now. I was playing alright for a while. I don't know what the best path to take is. He has taste then. I love the NES, but this looks better, Long says. Sorry, this is one of those, Smash TV is one of those games that is very hard to take your eyes off of. So if I neglect the chat a little bit, please know it's not my desire. No. It's a shame it is a shame there's no music. I mean, there's been music, but there's no music while we're actually playing. I don't even know what the Smash TV music sounds like during the game, though. If he blinks, he dies. Did you like Robotron? Robotron... I've never really gotten into it. I don't really have much against it. We had it when I was a kid. I didn't really understand the game. And I never tried it with a dual joystick setup. So... I'm gonna say no with an asterisk that I could maybe get into it more someday. Yeah, sacrifice the Beyblades to take out the tanks. That's the thing to do. I didn't know where my character was. No, I'm doing so bad. Gauntlet was a really great game in 2-player mode for C64. We made it to the boss. Let's see what a nightmare he is on this. On the Super Nintendo, he's a disaster. I mean, I've already blown up one of his arms. I have a feeling this is gonna be potentially significantly easier. Just, you know, just allow me to jinx myself. Well, we won, but I don't have a whole lot of lives left. There's some half-decent movie-based games on the C64. No, I never played Gauntlet. This must be impossible without dual controls. It seemed somewhat playable. That didn't even take 2 days. Sorry, I'm just rewinding to see what chat I missed. Total Recall is a good game on a good movie game on the C64, Sparrow says. I think I've got a copy of that somewhere. Oh, we have a continue. You know, when I was changing my button configurations, because I just used the keys to fire in the 4 directions, I almost didn't assign the joystick fire button to any of the buttons. I almost thought, you know, like, oh well, I'm not going to need the fire button for anything. I might as well not assign it. But I needed it right there, because the only way to continue is to press the fire button. None of the others were doing it. It's a good thing I gave myself a fire button. I just put it on a random. I just put it on a random key. All right, we want to go down and to the right. Film at 11. Oh no! I'm sad to say, as good as this is, it's inferior to the Super Nintendo version because it doesn't have the voice clips. I need those digitized voices. I'm missing them. Big money, big prizes. I love it. The game was like shockingly generous with 1-ups for a very brief window there. I actually don't like the movement speed item. No, there was a 1-up and I was too slow to get to it. This room goes on for a while, doesn't it? Pick up those goodies, maybe earn myself another continue. Defend me. Defend yourself, I'm busy. I'm not really surprised that the voices are missing. But I do love the voice clips in the on the Super Nintendo. But yeah, I understand. It will be awfully resource intensive to include them. Well, I died, but can I make it to that one up? There we go. It was just like, nothing happened. These are fast. Because of the shape of the buttons on the Pokken Tournament controller, I actually find the firing to be easier on this than the Super Nintendo. Like, it's easier to glide across the diagonals. The buttons are they're smoother. Because some of those, the buttons on the Super Nintendo are like concave. So gliding around them's a little weird. I'd buy that for $1. The bomb weapon is not super great. Buffalo herd nearby. What? Ah! Get that thing away from me! And there's more of them. I missed out on another life. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, there's so many enemies. How can the Commodore display so many enemies at once? I don't believe this is possible. Hey, Angelus, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Always great to have you here, friend. Tell us about your stream. What were you doing and how did it go? We'd love the details, my friend. Oh my goodness. We are playing, this is Smash TV on the Commodore 64. It is amazing. I've even got an imitation of the dual stick controls on my gamepad. That's just like plays just like the Super Nintendo version of this. Oh, it's so good. I'm not good at it, but, you know, I'm having fun. I'm having a real good time. Can 100% recommend Smash TV on the Commodore. You may want to set up a gamepad for it, though. This is a great port. It is fantastic. Fantastic. You beat Silent Hill 2. We didn't expect to finish today, but you did. Right on. GG on the victory, Angelus. Now you need another horror game to play. Barbie's Horse Racing, Sparrow says. The most horrific thing about that game, Barbie's Horse Adventure on the Game Boy Advance, is the music. The music is just incomprehensible. It sounds like it was written by an AI. Laser Death Zone. And again, I'm gonna be pretty bad at keeping up with the chat during this game. I will try to catch up with you between attempts, but just know, like, it's gonna seem like I'm ignoring the chat, and that's 100% not on purpose. But some games you just can't look away from, you know? Boss time, here we go. Is that the peanut? That's the peanut in this game? Oh my goodness. This is the first time I've even seen it. The icon isn't shaped like a peanut in this one. So it's weird that I still call it that, I guess, but it will forever be the peanut. Is he dead? He's dead? This version is so much easier than the 16-bit version. This is worlds easier than the 16-bit version. Got the Fatal Frame games. I have those too. I've never played them. Alien Isolation is good. Outlast is good. Game and Fit says. I hope I earned more continues. No dice. What is the best Commodore game, and why is it Smash TV? No. These guys are tough. You can walk on the map? That's weird. There's snakes in this room. Give me that one up. There was like a devil head in the box over there. That was weird. I don't know what that means. Did I get an evil one up? An one up? A one down? No, where did those things come from? Bogus. Get that out of here. That's unacceptable. Oh no, I'm dead. Look at all these keys. There's no dungeon I can't make it through now. That was so many keys, it looked like we hit our 1,000,000 subscriber sub goal. Take a key for coming in, indeed. No, oh, that's the spread gun. I was millimeters away from the spread gun, and I just couldn't get past. Didn't make it happen. Hey, give me that life, please. The cracked version has no collision, so you. Well, what would be the fun of playing with no collision? Playing a game you can't lose sounds like a horribly dull time to me. Goodness. There's so many damage and unlimited lives trainers for games, usually implemented just because they could. But these are these aren't things, like these are things, they're not on by default though, right? They'd be things you'd have to turn on. I don't know what a trainer is. No, I... Oh, that was bad. I lost a life. Well, I lost a life, I failed to pick up a life, and then I lost a second life trying to rush to a sprint gun. It was like just a perfect storm of terrible play. So the thing is, like, usually with those, like, items, you kind of want to just stand around, like, especially the screen clears, and wait until more enemies come on screen, so you sort of maximize, like, how many get taken out with it. But in this game, this version of the game, the items appear and disappear so quickly that really, like, that part of the strategy, you kind of have to just throw that out the window. If you stand by one of those, waiting for the right time to use it, you're going to lose it from inactivity. I didn't think either that probably we should be careful not to talk about endings in Silent Hill 2. I didn't think about that either. I might have said something myself. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna talk real vague, but I kind of remember the details of the ending I got when I played Silent Hill 2. I know there's multiple endings to it. Like, I don't really know what they are, what the possibilities are, but oh my goodness, look at this room. Look at how many mines there are in here. This is absurd. Oh, the only thing that I know is that I think the ending I got was at least surprising for someone to get on their first playthrough, because people in the chat seemed to be surprised that I got the ending that I got on my first playthrough. So I guess it was a good one, but I gotta be honest, like, I enjoyed Silent Hill 2, but like a lot of games that I play, the story kind of went over my head most of the time. I didn't really enjoy it for the overall story. I kind of enjoyed it for the, well, I enjoyed it for the puzzles. For, like, just the walking around, exploring the atmosphere, and, yeah, finding the things and trying to figure out where to use them. I know a lot of people think very highly of the story, but I don't tend to get a lot of story out of the games that I play. And especially for the stream, it's kind of hard to be really invested. Like, when I played both of the Silent Hill games that we did, like, people would ask me, like, oh, did you think the game was scary? And it's like, I mean, you know, maybe if I was playing alone in a dark room, but when I'm playing, you know, in a well-lit area with a whole bunch of friends in the chat with me the whole time, it's kind of hard to be immersed and afraid of the game under these circumstances. It takes away a bit of the visceralness of the experience. What I'm afraid of right now is all the lives that I've lost in this room because there's a bajillion mines. Eat my eyeballs? What? What is this? He's got eye lasers, that's what he means. But this is further than I've ever been in the Super Nintendo game, by the way. I've never even come close to the Stage 3 boss. I'm kind of disappointed that it's the Stage 1 boss again. When you have people talking about chicken McNuggets in the chat, it's difficult to stay focused on the horror. What's that say? Rewind cassette and press play? I don't think that's something I can do. I think our playthrough might have just been thwarted. Do you understand what this means, Sparrow? I would guess that the game was about to loop? Really? Perhaps we can find it in D64 format? Or, yeah, or an NIB, or a cartridge, or a G64. I read something earlier today, Sparrow, that suggested that G64 format is superior to D64, but I don't know if that's true or why that would be the case, since I don't understand the tech. Let me see if I have a NIB copy of this game. I mean, if this is where we have to be done with this one for tonight, I spoke about it in the video. You sent me the link? Alright, right on. Thank you, Sparrow. I'll check that out over the weekend, tomorrow or Sunday. All right, my I know I don't have this on a cart, but let me check my NIB collection. QRS. That's too far. LMN. Don't have Smash TV. I only have it in the. I only have this in the tape format. So yeah, I'd have to go looking around for another version of it. Well, it's kind of disappointing if this is the way that it ends, but we had fun with it, so I'm not really upset. And this will give me an excuse. This will give me a good excuse to play it again on another night, because I want I've got to play this again on another night. This was a lot of fun. We'll find the disc version. Yeah, we'll find it. Surely there's another version of it. A game that's this popular and this awesome, it cannot exist only in tape. Someone has to have cracked it. It is impossible that this has not been cracked. Because this is just fantastic. I absolutely love this. It's a wonderful conversion. It's really true to the version that I know. It's much easier. I like that it's actually got a manageable difficulty. I know I'm a wimp. Forgot about Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Game and Fit says also a good horror game. Starts off kind of slow. Yeah, let me rewind the chat here and just see what I was missing. Oh, okay. You know what, Sparrow? I've come across games with things like that in them before. Because there was the version of Contra that I played on the C64 asked if you wanted unlimited lives at the beginning. All right, well, let me find us another game. Boy, that was fun. I had a lot of fun with that one. That's gonna be hard to top. So whatever I play next is gonna be like way downhill after that, I'm afraid. All right, I got a couple options here. A couple like notoriously great games that I've never played. California Games is a banger. We've done that one, Mansta. We've done that one on the stream before. Well, why don't we take a quick look at something potentially dubious first, and then we'll play a then we'll maybe put on another great game. Let's put on this. Hopefully, it's a joystick one kind of game. I'm already playing. Yeah, this is 100% dubious. Well, I'm glad I picked this game. This is Mario's Brewery. Donkey Kong? What's a Donkey Kong? This is Mario's Brewery. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my goodness. What is my objective? The point wasn't to go up to the top? What's the point of the game? I won, but I didn't win? The Mario is so wide. Mario is so wide, and the ladders are so slender. It's very difficult to line up where I need to be to climb. Mario is huge. This is so janky, I love it. I think you need to redact it. My compliments to the redactor. Alright, I'm gonna figure this game out. Oh my goodness. It's so difficult. Go, go, go. Ah, there we go. You just have to jump by the switch. Perfect. Ooh. When you walk over one of these green things, it automatically makes you jump. You can't actually walk over them. Oh my goodness, I fell through everything. Oh, you have to walk past them too. I can't climb. You can't, if you jump over them, it doesn't count. I mean, thank goodness the controls are so bogus, because we did it! That's a victory! We cleared the stages, except I don't know if there are the other two stages or not. Because it might not be just two stages. The thing about Donkey Kong on the C64 is you actually have to play the first and last stage before you get to play the middle stages. So I can't say whether or not the middle stages exist yet. They might, and if they do, I've got to play them. Except I'm out of lives. So I may not ever get to play them. No, I keep jumping into the ones on the layer above. I've heard good things about Sweet Home on the NES. I definitely want to give that one a try sometime. I know I'll need a flash card or something to make it happen. a repro cart. That's a bad start. I can't jump. You get stuck in your climbing down animation and just climb down through the entire universe. But I can't jump and get stuck on the up ladder and climb up through the universe like I would love to. Go up, Mario! Attempted Alien vs. Predator for the Jaguar. Keyword attempted. I don't know if that came across on your end, but I jumped and the little like music chime sound effect sounded like it came from 1,000 yards away. I don't know why it was so quiet. Boy, this is rough. I just want to see if there are more levels, but that means I have to clear 3 of these to do it. And there might not even exist any other levels. I might be doing it to see nothing. I guess that's what makes my stream the thrill-a-minute experience that it is. The possibility that I could just be 100% wasting all of our time. I disagree with that fireball. This level is so much harder now. The enemies wrap around the stage? I thought the scenario was as bad as it could be. No! I thought for sure I was going to land on that barrel. No, I'm stuck. Ah, there are no other levels. It's just these 2. Okay, we've seen the whole game. That's not unexpected it is still disappointing. I would have loved to see their recreation of the Pie Factory or the spring level. I'm sure would have been just a complete disaster. Two loops. I'm a Mario's Brewery master now. Well, I'm glad I clicked on that one. I may be the only person who's glad I clicked on that one. But I'm glad we checked this one out. I think that was a fantastic follow-up to Smash TV. We went from like the best game on the C64 to the worst back to back. I had no idea. I had no idea how incompetent this was gonna be. I love Donkey Kong, so any clone is interesting for me to see. The other Donkey Kong clone that we played, the one that was just called Kong, was, I think, far superior to this one. I think if you're gonna play a Donkey Kong clone, Kong is the way to go. But I am certainly glad that you enjoyed a game like this. I enjoyed it too. I love a good trash game. All right, let's play something of higher quality. So, decisions. Mario's Brewery 2. I wish I could do that to everyone. Just when you thought it was safe, just when you thought it was over. Welcome to Mario's Brewery 2. I think while I've got the screen blacked out, I better cut my recording here. So, just a moment.